Soaps. They're filled with some of our typical tropes. I'm your mother. I'm your father. These paternity and maternity reveal soap opera storylines are something that we always look forward to on the soaps. Whether if you live in Springfield and you happen to put the head out on your daughter, aka Olivia Spencer, or if you slept with your mother's husband in Port Charles. Carly Corinthos, anyone? In today's video, we're going to be exploring the top 5 soap opera paternity/maternity reveal storylines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Soap Sanctuary. Let's go. I'm loving this suit, y'all. I feel like a board member on ELQ. Just call me Justice Ward, Jr. If you know, then you know. But anyways, guys, this is going to be my top 5 soap opera paternity/maternity reveal storylines. Now, see, why the hell would I put a damn tongue twister in my own damn title? But what do you do when you find out that your best friend and confidant is your mother? And the only reason why she's telling you this is because the man that she thinks is trying to put the moves on you is your father. Attention, attention. Paging Dr. Hughes of Oakdale Memorial Hospital. We need an immediate referral for a therapist. Talk about needing some therapy. Coming in at number 5 is Lily and Iva on As the World Turns. Take a look.
Lucinda was going to tell you the truth.
What truth?
That you're adopted, Lily. Lucinda's not your mother.
No.
She's not your natural mother.
No, it's crazy because she would have told me something like that.
She didn't tell you because she didn't want to hurt you.
I can't believe this is happening to me.
It's happening, Lily. It's true.
You mean you're telling me my mother knew about this all these years and she never told me? Why? Why would she do that to me, Iva?
Answer her, Iva. Tell her the rest.
Just stay out of this. Just stay
Will you
out
just
of
let her know? She's gonna find out from somebody. Just...
For God's sakes, find out what? Will you two stop talking like I'm not in the room? I am here.
I'm your mother, Lily.
And I'm your father.
Oh, God.
Look, I know what you're going through right
Do you? I don't think you do. I'm in complete confusion. I don't know what's going on. You're supposed to be my best friend. My best friend. You, of all people. Oh,
Now
God.
listen to me, Lily. Listen to me. Lily, please. You've got to understand that I didn't know where you were for 16 years, and when I found you, I wanted you to know. Lily, I wanted you to know everything. But when I found you, you had a family, and they loved you, and I had no right to take that security away. No right at all.
I knew in my life I trusted you the most. You were my best friend, and you betrayed that trust. Do you realize that ever since the day I met you, you've lied to me? Just lies, complete lies.
Because I loved you.
Yeah.
This was a pretty powerful storyline for the time because she was raised by the ever so wealthy Lucinda Walsh with all the money in the world, and her whole life gets flipped upside down. In that moment, you can see why Martha Bernth was probably one of the best actresses in daytime. And yes, I'm okay with saying that. I mean, that was a pivotal scene right there. She's your baby! What? Would you stop talking about the room? I am here! I'm here too. Well, that made for such a really great storyline as well turns. I don't feel like a lot of times we get that pivotal, riveting acting in soaps like we used to anymore. Guys, that was one of the best storylines of their time. And she only revealed it to Lily because she thought that Josh was trying to put the moves on her because Josh had raped her. And that's how Lily was conceived. So she thought the same thing, he was trying to do the same thing to Lily. So he had to say something. She had to say something. So that was a pretty powerful storyline, guys. I wasn't around for that time, but I've always watched classic clips of soaps. So I'm watching all these good storylines like, damn, this was good soap on Hasbro Tones. This was some good soap right here, guys. Oh my goodness. But let's just jump right into our number 4. Our number 4 spot, what do you do when you find out, well, let me pose it this way. Is it pretty malicious that when you find out someone is your mother, and she was trying to do everything she could to get you back, and the way you try to pay her back because you felt like she left you and abandoned you, is that you sleep with your cousin? This happened on soaps, y'all. Can't make it up. Coming up here at number 4 in the city of Springfield, Illinois, is Jonathan and Reva on Guiding Light. Take a look.
I would have wanted you to.
Liar. Liar. As far as you're concerned, I'm the enemy.
Okay, well, what you did to Tammy was unspeakable. So now you want sympathy? Is that what this is? Oh my God. I know what you're doing. You're jealous of Sandy because we loved him. You want back what he took from you. I know what you want. You want this. But I never wanted this. It broke my heart to have to give you away, but I did it because I thought it was what was best for you. We can fix this. We can, because I am not this awful person that you think I am, and I know that you could never be so evil.
Now, Jonathan and Reva had a really complicated relationship, at least in the beginning. This man would not take his foot off of Reva's neck. Or should I say his hands? It was like he was gunning for Reva. He would not let up on this woman. And she was trying. She really was trying. He had all this bent up anger that he had. Like, Reva was going to catch that smoke. Y'all thought Josh Madden and Erica Kane or something? Jonathan Reva put like everybody else to shame. Like, he was like, I'm not taking my foot off your neck. And honestly, hasn't been the worst time. If you think about Erica Kane and the way she treated Kendall, that was pretty brutal. I would understand if Kendall didn't take her foot off of Erica's neck, which in some ways she didn't. But Jonathan was gunning for Reva to the fact where he slept with his cousin. And it's crazy how Jonathan and Tammy became a widely accepted couple on Guiding Light. It's so weird. It's like, it's something we don't talk about. We just talk about they're one of the greatest couples of all time, but that's good writing right there too. You got to keep that in mind. Man, that was a good couple right there, those two. Oh my God. But eventually over time, we do see him and Reva's relationship get a lot better, and they reconcile. They get better. He understands, you know? He channels that anger, that emotion, that rage he has in such a different way. And of course, it's the love of Tammy that opens up his world in a whole different way than we've ever seen before. Guys, that was good soap. It was good soap, guys, was it not? It was some good soap. But anyways, guys, let's move into number 3. This one, I have a little bit of mixed feelings about. Because she was her mother, then she wasn't her mother, she was her mother, then she wasn't her mother, she was her mother, then she wasn't her mother. And I'm like, all right. But in the beginning, let me kind of like set the stage here. You're working as a manicurist for a woman, right? This big wealthy woman in all of Genoa City. And you come to find out over time that you're her daughter. And this is after you've taken her husband from her, had a baby with her husband, married her husband. Like, you pretty much took over her whole life. Which, in a way, it's kind of like an Oedipus complex kind of reversed in a way, right? In some type of way, right? But it was an interesting dynamic. You're gonna see a couple of scenes here. One from when Brenda Dixon, or Dickinson, I think it was, played Jill. Phenomenal actress, by the way. Some stuff happened, controversy. I'm not gonna get into that, but stuff happened. But anyways, let's just hop right into number 3. On the top 5 soap opera paternity / maternity reveal storylines is Catherine and Jill on The Young and the Restless. I'm young these days and a little bit restless. I go to bed pretty late. Check it out.
Marriage would have made it to the 25th year.
It would have made it from here and beyond, if not for you, Jill.
You are fantasizing again. You know, whatever little corner of heaven Philip is in right now, I'm sure the cosmic joke up there is you and your delusions of romance. That marriage was hitting the skids before I ever even met Philip.
That is not true.
That's what he told me.
You are lying. Your death. Put down the phone.
Don't you point that thing at me.
What's the matter? Are you afraid it might go off?
Catherine, don't be foolish. I said put it down!
I suggest you start making your peace, my trampé little friend. Your years on this earth are waning.
Damn it, that isn't funny, Catherine.
No, it may not be funny to you, but it's a delight to me. How does it feel to know that you're going to be judged for everything you've done in your life?
No, Catherine, please. Please don't. Please, no. I'm begging you, don't!
Goodbye, tramp.
That fine man gave in to temptation. He fell in love with
She
Jill.
seduced him, Elizabeth.
That's not true. It's not how
Wait,
it
this is
happened.
stuff. Wait, ladies, come on now. Let's
And
stop
when
this.
you drove Mr. Chancellor off that cliff and killed him...
Stop it! Elizabeth, stop it! That was an accident. I am telling you and everyone else, it was an accident!
I'm not saying it was or it wasn't. But after Mr. Chancellor died, when you went to court and had their marriage called null and void, and you took away from Jill everything that Mr. Chancellor wanted her to have, including the baby's name, that was no accident. That changed my girl forever, don't you see that, woman? So much of what Jill is today is because of all that's happened between the two of you over all these years. All that pain and contempt and hatred. As you sow, so shall you reap. That's what the Bible says. And I don't know of a better example of that than you and my daughter Jill.
I see. Yes. Thank you.
What did they say?
You better sit down.
Oh my God. I'm not your daughter, am I?
You most certainly are.
Are you sure?
DNA tests never lie. They never lie!
Now I gotta admit, going back into the Y&R archives, Brenda Dixon or Dickinson, I'm hoping I'm getting that right. One of those is right, I know that. She killed it as Jill. Jess Walton still did her thing. She still did her little thing, but Brenda Dixon killed it. Especially, and that's what I'm saying. It's that good writing that you see in Soaps, because in the beginning when she was Jill, you kind of felt it, but you really felt the power when they wrote for her, when they kind of sort of changed up Jill's persona a little bit. But here was one of my biggest issues with that storyline. She was Catherine's daughter, and she wasn't. She was Catherine's daughter, and she wasn't. She was Catherine's daughter, and she wasn't. And it was just like, at the point, I don't even care anymore. Now she's a Fenmore. I don't even care anymore at this point. Which I think part of that rewrite was so Billy and Matt could be together, but now they're like, I hate it when writers do a rewrite for a couple that now on canvas has no traction anymore. On Days, when they rewrote that John wasn't a Demare anymore. Why did they do that? Because they wanted Brady to be with, I think it was Teresa, because she was a Brady. That would mean they were related, so they had to rewrite that. And Brady and Teresa weren't really a couple. Like, I could see if it was for a long time character that you know is going to be back on the show or is going to have a lot of interaction with the cast or with the characters on the show, but we didn't even get that, so it was wasting my time. But in the end, I think it was Devon that turned out to be Catherine's grandson, Tucker McCall, which I like that Devon was Catherine's grandson, but it kind of fell flat on me a little bit. But it gave him something new to play off of. I would have preferred that maybe some twist of fate, he really was Neil's son. I don't know. I that would have been a little extreme for a soap, but I would have digested that better. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, anyways, coming into our number 2 spot. This is an interesting one. You go undercover in your father's organization, not knowing he's your father, of course. You're just coming to town to take him down. And you know, you see my past reviews, I was always happy when they were trying to take this character down. You come to town undercover to take this man down, a mafioso, only then to find out after he shoots you, he's your father. And then you go and testify in court that he didn't shoot you. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if somebody shoots me, I don't care who you are. I'm a pretty forgiving person, but if you shoot me, it's on sight for life. You're gonna get it every time I see you. Ain't no way I'm lying for you in court after you shoot me. Unless it's an accident, a real accident, but it wasn't. But anyways, let's get into number 2. Coming in at number 2 for our top 5 soap opera paternity / maternity reveal storylines is Sonny and Dante on General Hospital. He shot this man, he was like, goodbye detective. No remorse in that moment. Take a look, guys. Just take a look. Take a look.
Not for me, but for your kids. You pray they never see you the way I'm seeing you right now. Cold-eyed bastard who would kill anyone to get whatever the hell he wants.
Goodbye, detective.
Go in peace, and may the Lord be with you.
Amen.
There is no more sacred bond than the one between parent and child. So today, let us celebrate that bond, that eternal connection. Let us honor all the parents that try to keep their children safe from the evils of this world.
God, Sonny! You shot your own son!
Your Honor.
I'm simply asking for clarification.
And why would you pressure your own client into changing his statement?
And why are you so terrified about what he might say?
Enough. Answer the question.
Could you ask the question again, please?
On the night you attempted to arrest Mr. Corinthos, who shot you?
Mr. Corinthos called me to his residence for an assignment. It didn't make any sense. I suspected I had been made, meaning that Mr. Corinthos had figured out that I was undercover.
And you went to his home anyway?
I did. When I got there, Mr. Corinthos did not appear to be on the premises. I was unarmed. I did not call for backup as I did not want to escalate the situation. I knew that Mr. Corinthos kept a gun in his desk drawer. While I was alone in the living room, I took the precaution of unloading the gun. In doing so, it jammed. In getting the gun back in the working order, it discharged, and I accidentally shot myself.
Like I said before, if you shoot me, it's on sight for life. I'm sorry. You will get it every time I see you. It's on sight. Ain't no way I'm lying for you to say when I was done in pure malice, father or not. And I remember that scene years ago and seeing Jax's face in the courtroom. I was like, I'm with Jax on that. Jax and Patrick Drake were the only people that called Sonny out in Port Charles. You notice that? Everybody else was drinking from the water fountain that Sonny poured out for everybody. These days, I love Sonny, and it's funny now, half of the GH campus hates him. Well, half the GH audience, hates him. I would have liked it if he said what Sonny did and then recused his statement later on. That would have been a little more realistic to me, but I guess it worked for the sake of the storyline. It worked. I mean, tell me, guys, is that realistic? Would you forgive someone in that sense? I won't forgive them, but you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? You go to jail. That was shot in cold blood. Or maybe he's a cop, he used to getting shot. I don't know. That was actually, I think, one of the best storylines that GH had done in a long time. Like, who else tried to bring Sonny down but his own son? That was good soap back then. it's kind of similar to when Carly's dad came to town. He was a prosecutor and he was trying to bring down Sonny as well. So this was actually some good soap they had back in the day. So I gotta give it to them, guys. I really do. Now, coming in at number 1. Who do you think made number 1, guys? Who do you think made number 1? Let's talk about it. Who do you think made number 1, huh? Who do you think made number 1? Coming in at number 1 is, I want to say, the grandmama of them all. This was a brilliant concept with ABC. Now, I don't think the execution went 100% how they thought it would, but I give them an 80% for effort. This was a brilliant concept. They took 2 shows, All My Children and One Life to Live, and combined a storyline with them. And I was like, oh my God, that's to me an iconic move. That is an iconic move. I don't know if any other soaps have did that, but the ones I know of is ABC. And I watched this storyline. I'm like, this was good. So let me set the stage here, okay? Let me set the stage. There was some type of plane crash that Babe Carey was in. If I'm trying to remember, there was some type of plane crash that she was in, or something like that with Bianca, and their babies got switched. And Kelly Kramer bought one baby, and Babe had a baby, which was Bianca's baby, and Bianca realized that the baby that JR and Babe had was hers, was Miranda, and so she wanted to take it back. She fell off of like a patio, and JR pushed her over. JR stayed pushing people and putting people in some crazy situations, you know. And I think that after that, Kevin Kramer came to Pine Valley. Oh, it was a whole mess, guys. And Kelly Kramer had bought the baby through her brother Paul Kramer, because the baby she had with Kevin, she miscarried, and she wanted another baby to keep her marriage with Kevin Buchanan going. And so she bought Babe's baby, which she named, was it Ace? Yeah, Ace. But he then became obviously little Adam. And so the daughter that Babe had, because I guess Babe wasn't sure she had a daughter or not, I don't know, was Miranda, which is really Bianca's daughter. So it was like, not only did you have Babe and JR and Kelly and Kevin, and you had Asa. There was even a courtroom scene. I couldn't find the scene for that, but there was even a courtroom scene where they were in court in Landview, and you had Vicky and Dorian involved in this. That is some good soap right there. When you can have that, you have Erica Kane sitting in the Landview courtroom. That's some good soap right there. Anyways, guys, coming in at number 1 for my top 5 soap opera paternity / maternity reveal storylines is the Baby Switch. The Baby Switch crossover storyline on All My Children and One Life to Live. Take a look.
Pregnant women caught in a storm. A desperate wife praying for a miracle.
You're around babies all the time. What do you want me to do? Just take one?
One man will bring them together.
The baby's coming. You gotta help.
In an unprecedented television event.
Good news, Kelly. I got a baby for you.
Tune in when All My Children and One Life to Live become one show.
You and your old buddy Kramer partners in crime? Because you knew your baby was stolen?
You think I kidnapped my own son and then killed Paul Kramer? That's ridiculous.
Kevin did not kill anyone.
You invited me.
That's just an opinion.
Down here, you self-righteous bitch. Stay here, Bianca. My daughter. I'm getting my daughter and I'm getting out of here. No. Stay here, Bianca.
Get out of
my daughter.
Get out of my way. You hear that? Mother. Bianca! JR, what are you guys doing? Wait! Get out of my way, JR!
Give it up, Bianca!
Bianca! What's happening? No!
I said
no!
get off!
No! No!
This was honestly a really legendary storyline. Honestly, I'm surprised that a lot of people don't talk about this storyline a lot more often than you would think, because I thought it was pretty good. There's certain things, obviously, I think they could have done better execution-wise, but the intent, the crossover, how they wanted to, you can tell the writers wanted this to be iconic. It was an event. This storyline was meant to be an event, okay? And honestly, I hadn't seen any other show really do something similar like this. Not saying it has, I think other shows might have attempted it, but not to that type of magnitude where All My Children Like to clearly made this like an event, like something you need to remember that this storyline went down. Those are the ones that really stuck out to me in my top 5, but you guys can let me know what were some of your guys' favorites. Man, JR and Babe killed it in that storyline. They really killed it, guys. They were a really toxic couple though. Speaking of which, I'm coming out with another top 5, the top 5 most toxic soap opera couples. So wait for that one. I'll give you a sneak peek. JR and Babe are on the list. You guys can also take a guess in the comments about who else is gonna be on that list. Anyways, guys, this is my little review. I decided to do something a little fun today, something different, my top 5, and going through my little list here. Let me know on this list which one is, with some of these were some of your favorites, guys. And let me know some of your favorite soap opera paternity / maternity reveal storylines that weren't on the list, but that were some of your favorites that you remember through the years. And I think that's about it, guys. This has been the Soap Sanctuary, guys. You know I love doing this channel, y'all. I have so much. You gotta have fun on this channel, man. I can't do every video the same. I just can't. I gotta have fun when I do my videos. Look at me. I'm dressed up like a board member on ELQ right now. What's up? What's up? You gotta have fun when you do this type of stuff. For sure on YouTube, whatever you're doing, you gotta have fun with it. I'm a firm believer. You gotta have fun with what you're doing. This is a soap opera channel, so I said, listen, I'm here to have some fun. All right? I'm here to have some fun. We're gonna have some fun up in here. All right? Anyway, guys, this has been the Soap Sanctuary. Boop. I'll see you in the next one. Boom, 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 boom. This has been Soap Sanctuary.